Hey everybody, Coach Allison. We've got Defy Aging week 20 somehow already. Let's run through the week's workout. It's going to be a standard circuit with 7 exercises. Circuit meaning there's stations set around the gym. You're going to go through the circuit for 3 rounds. Everything is 35 seconds of work, 35 seconds of rest. So pretty straightforward there. After that, we're going to have a fun little team builder, and I'll explain that later in the demo. Exercise 1, medicine ball thruster. Many of you are familiar with our typical standard thrusters with dumbbells. This will be a little bit different. We have the medicine ball at the chest. You're going to go into a squat and come up in one smooth movement, bringing that ball overhead. So keep the ball at the chest as you sink back into your squat. Make sure the ball doesn't fall down here. Stand up and press. So squat, stand, press. That is your medicine ball thruster. Okay, this next one is a lot of coordination. It's going to also get the body moving in a big way. We want big movements. It's a march in place with an overhead punch. So you're not going to have any weights or anything. The coordination already is a little tricky. I'd like to start the hands here at the shoulders, lifting one knee and the opposite hand or arm. So as you can see, the coordination is working that contralateral components. So keep them moving at the same time. And once you get the pattern down, just keep a nice consistent pace with it. It does tend to get pretty tiring. You're going to feel the shoulders. You're going to feel the legs, the hip flexors, and you're going to get that heart rate up into a little bit of cardio. All right, we have a narrow chest press. Now, the narrow refers to the positioning of your arms. Standard chest press, the arms are kind of out here. Narrow, they're going to be right at your side. So to do this, it is a floor exercise. Grab your weights and have them in your lap before you lay down, okay? You're going to keep your elbows right at your side. So again, normal chest press would be out here. Narrow is in here. You want the fingernails facing each other, so the hands facing each other instead of facing forward. We press straight up, come straight down. Try not to let your shoulders shrug on this, so keep your shoulders pressed down away from the earlobes. And that is your press. To bring the weights down safely, let the bottoms of the weights clunk down to the floor like so. The option, if you're unable to get to the floor, we're going to do a push-up up on an incline or a wall. I can't demo push-ups because I do have a bad shoulder. Your coach will demo the push-up options for you if needed. All right, so the next exercise is a TRX Back Row. We do these quite often if you've been with us for a while. So TRX, the farther down you step your feet, so the farther this way, the harder it's going to get because you're going to get lower and lower. So I'll show you what I mean. Now, I'm standing pretty straight up and down, right? This is going to be a lower intensity option. Stepping way down here, now I'm flatter. This is going to be a harder option. So that's why the TRX is great. You can adjust the intensity based on where you're standing. As far as form, keep the arms in nice and snug. Pretend you just have a track like on your rib cage and it's going forward and back like this. So we don't shrug, we don't stick the elbows out, none of that. So I'll do a few reps so you can see, chest out. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Make sure you're not letting the hips dip and thrust. So we want to avoid the thrust at the top and the dip at the bottom. The hips actually stay still, no movement there. Last reminder, only come up until you feel the tension start to release. So we always want tension on this TRX. See how right now there's still tension as opposed to slack. So don't thrust yourself up so fast that there becomes slack in the TRX. So a lot of reminders in order to do that one properly and effectively. All right, next up we have a sumo squat to a hammer bicep curl. So the sumo squat, many of you remember, is a wide squat. So step your feet wide, turning your toes out slightly as opposed to straight forward. Grab your weights beforehand. Got weights in the middle. Now a hammer curl, a standard curl is palms forward. Hammer curl is palms turned in, just like the narrow chest press actually. So you go into a sumo squat, the weights are dead weight at the bottom, come up, hammer curl. So I'll kind of show you from the side, down, up, hammer curl. Okay? That is our sumo to a hammer curl. All right, next one, high plank jacks. This is going to be cardio and core all together. So you're in a high plank, that means you're on your hands instead of your elbows. So a push-up position and basically hips are level, wanting to avoid hips up here. Now a plank jack is very challenging. So this is a pretty advanced exercise. I will show you options if needed. Okay, we're jumping the feet out and in. Making sure that the hips don't start to sneak up on you. So want to avoid the hips starting to come up like this. Okay. There isn't a knee option for this, unfortunately, But there is a slightly, like you can try a different level. If you're not quite to the jumps yet, you can be in a push-up position and tap those toes out. We did this last week in a plank, standard elbow plank. However, I would prefer that you take it to an incline and do the jumps if you can. So if that on the floor is still maybe a little too challenging for where you are currently at, come up to a box or an incline. So this isn't the highest thing. Ideally you want something a little higher than this, but it gives you the idea. So you'll be on an incline, jumping the feet out and in. So give that a try. That's another option for you. All right, the last one is a slider lateral walk. This gym I'm at doesn't have sliders, so guess what? Paper works just fine if you're on, well, anything, carpet, wood, doesn't matter. So I have paper. You're gonna put a foot on each slider. Actually, I need to unfold these. I think that'll be better. All right, hold on. Okay, a foot on each slider. We're taking lateral steps, not lifting the feet all the way, just a little bit, because we want to slide instead of take steps. The sliders on the turf are very slippery, so there won't be much traction, and that's the point. We're looking for the stability. Move using the hips in a different way. Go as wide as you can. It's going to go, your coach will have a designated space set up left and right. Go as far as you can each direction, back and forth. Okay, team, and for our team builder, after the final round of the circuit is done, we're going to do a team builder. So we're going to split the session into 2 teams. If there's an odd number, then your coach gets to jump in and make it even. Every person in the team has to do 30 medicine ball slams. Now, talk amongst your team before you start. Everyone can do all 30. Like I would do my 30, my next person would do their 30, or you can split it up. You can do 10, 10, 10, then go back and each do 10 again, and go back and each do 10 again. As long as everyone gets 30 reps in, and we're gonna race and see what team gets them done first. Quick reminder on medicine ball slams, bring it up high, slam it hard, so you're catching it on the bounce. Now, since it's a race, you're gonna be tempted to make it small, but still, we still wanna get those arms up, get the ball up, get that full range of motion. So have fun, go fast, and we'll see what team gets done first. Okay, so that's our week 20 routine. Hope you enjoy it. See you back for week 21.